Hi guys, welcome back to another Explain 12 video. We are today flying the Toliss A330-900, the A330neo in other words, and we are gonna be doing a bit of a different flight today. We're flying in Japan actually for the first time. So we're flying for Walker Transport. I bought a what's it called, jump seat ticket, and took us all the way over to Toyama in northern Japan. And we are gonna be flying from Toyama to Narita International, which I guess is Tokyo technically, or one of the airports serving Tokyo. We won't be using any airport add-ons, it's just default. Look decent enough. I think there are some freeware ones, but nothing that I felt was good enough to warrant installing and making sure it's set up properly. But so yeah, we'll have to make do with the default one, but I don't think it's too bad, fortunately. But let's see. In terms of ground handling, let me check if the control widget even work with this aircraft. It does seem to work, so that's nice. Let's drive up some of these vehicles, I guess. And I guess GPU might also be necessary. I don't think there is one included otherwise. I guess the packs wouldn't come with a bus, so we'll skip the bus with ground handling. But yeah, so we're not doing a long flight. This airport has a lot of, narrow body planes landing and taking off, but it also has some wide bodies. I saw some picture of 777s. I think domestic ANA or international ANA flights. And ANA or ANA is one of the what is it, like Air? Is it Air Nippon? Something like that. Let me check. ANA is All Nippon Airways. Yeah, that's the name. But so yeah, I thought the A330 would be a good one to fly from here. I was thinking if I was going to do the 777 by flight factor, but I don't know. I don't fly the Toliss wide bodies enough, so it was time, I think, to fly this one. And let me check though, because we don't have any other planes here, and I think the reason is because I tried this yesterday just to check, and for some reason I'm getting when I increase the traffic density, I get this aircraft that's, well, just a model without a livery. So I'm gonna keep the air traffic density to 0. We'll put it on once we're nearing Tokyo. But yeah, not much else to say. First things first, we'll set up smart cars. We're not connected to a simulator, so I'm just gonna go and tweak that to explain. Let me see, we need to switch it. Or I guess you can do automatic actually. Let's do automatic so we don't have to remember to switch. And we should soon be connecting. Not sure how that kind of made the aircraft close its door. That's a bit weird. I'm gonna open it with the yeah, you shouldn't be going anywhere, door. God damn. I guess technically we could even open this one. And let's see. The cargo ones, we can also open those. Not sure how it kind of works, to be frank. Guess it's automated somehow. Not sure why this one isn't. Okay, well, not too big of a deal. Hopefully we'll... There we go, now it's coming back. So a bit odd. Okay, and now we have smart cars as well. Lovely looking map. So we're here at Toyama and we're gonna be flying down to Narita. huge city, Tokyo. I think it's the world's largest city. So let's see how this game actually renders that with the map enhancement, etc. We also have some nice weather. Very realistic, to be honest. Very good. You know, some weird grain effects. I mean, they're still working on it and getting it better and better. I do feel like it gets more realistic with each update. There's always some bugs, but you know, I guess that's part of the upgrade process. In terms of the outside, it looks good. Beautiful A330 fuselage. A very nice looking wide body. One of my favorites in terms of looks, and also one of the ones I've recently flown the most on in terms of wide bodies. Flying to India with Finnair and to the US with SAS. But those weren't the Neo. I have never flown with the Neo actually. We don't really have that many of those in Europe. I guess it's like TAP Air, the Portuguese one, and is it Condor as well? Or maybe not I think Condor has it, right? And then it's Corsair or some other ones. Yeah, the exterior model looks pretty good. Not gonna say it's as good as, let's say, the 777 by flight factor, because it's not, but it is definitely better than the interior, I would say. So it's very good looking. I'm not sure though if it's compared to, let's say, P3D. I mean, in some aspects, this plane does look a lot better, but I'm not sure if this one is such a huge leap. But it looks good generally. So I'm kind of happy to be flying it. I mean, in terms of the exterior, there's not that much to complain about. It's a beautiful livery as well. The Walker Air red digital one. I really like the Walker Air non-ordinary liveries. Those are really cool. Not that the original one is bad in any way, but I flew that one for such a long time until I started downloading their special liveries that they have for a few planes, and they look really good. I really like also this what would you call it, raccoon thingy, the black kind of around the windows, make it look a bit more modern. I think it has some sort of practical effect. At first I thought they just had that to make it look more modern. You know, same fuselage, gotta make it look more modern somehow. But I think it has a practical effect as well. Okay, let's get in. In terms of the cabin, yeah, there hasn't really been too many updates. I think the Toliss cabins are still some of the most, I mean, definitely better than the majority of the non-existent P3D ones, but in terms of X-Plane, there's so many nice cabins that this one isn't really. I mean, cabin is the thing I really don't care about. Upgrade everything else, but yeah, if you want to have a cabin, would be nice with a better looking one. But I guess it's an FPS question. Cockpit. Let's actually go in and switch off and go to our seat. Looks okay-ish. Still think the A320 looks better. I'm really not sure what those on the forums have smoked, where they state that the A330 and or I guess the A340 as well, because they kind of look similar, look better than the A320s of Toliss. I don't agree, but yeah, each to their own, I guess. No sound pack or similar for this one, so the sounds aren't that good. They're not bad, but just not anything fancy. I really hope they do the CEO. That would be awesome. Not that the laminar one is bad, it looks fantastic on the interior, but it's just too many bugs with it. If you could combine the laminar texturing with the Toliss system capabilities, that would be an awesome plane. Okay, so let's see. I can put that on. Nav strobe to auto. Okay, good. The systems are starting up. What we want to do as the next step is start our boarding process. We're supposed to have 335 passengers. I don't really feel like doing that in terms of waiting for those to all get on board. So what we'll do instead is do a bit of a smaller number. We're gonna fly relatively high, 35,000 feet. I don't think the A330neo is included here, so we'll just do the normal one. We can do like 92. The boarding music should be here at the bottom, walker, the safety one as well. Walker. So we'll start. There we go. So pack X is going, or has started. Yeah, these FMCs don't really look that good at all, unfortunately. They look much better when you have them in the 2D. If I could just drag that one somehow. Yeah, I can't really drag it across the screen for some reason now, but that's fine. We'll live without it. We'll just use the 3D version. So we want to get the data. And the only thing I'm wondering about is... no, I think we have everything fine. I'm gonna do the loading performance here, put that up. So it's ready. We're gonna ask init request. Get our data flight plan data link in progress. Yeah, there we go. Pax number, cost index, etc. These are all looking correct. We'll make sure they are correct here as well. 0 fuel. And we'll do the refuel just to make sure that we have those values in the sim. On Avitab we are gonna make sure that we have the approach charts for RJAA. Might have to, let me see, might have to go to the top and back just to get it to refresh. So up one directory and then here we should have it soon enough. There we go. Might have gone past it earlier. We're supposed to land at runway 34 left. And yeah, note I have never flown into Tokyo, so if there's any specific Japanese rules, please feel free to put them into comments, or into the comments. And I guess I wasn't meant to say never flown into Tokyo. I've never flown into any Japanese airport in any term of flight sim. Okay, let's see. I did get some airports though for P3D, so I'm also gonna be able to fly for Walker in Japan for P3D. But I only got I got a lot of freeware ones, and then I got Narita by DD Drusvecki. I'm gonna get some more airports when there are sales. A bit of a messy one, this one, just to see. Yeah, here we go. 3-4 RNAV, etc. Okay, so there is the right kind of approach plates. That's good. We can do our takeoff performance. Make sure that this one aligns with what we're seeing in the sim. One 018. Well, okay, that's the same. Doesn't really matter. Before we do that, actually, let's import our flight plan from SimBrief to Pilot to ADC. I'm actually gonna check if Pilot 2DC has been updated. Could be something to check into the next for the next flight. I did update to 2.2 or 2.3, but that one didn't work. Now there's been a new update, 0.24. So that's nice. Very nice. So I'll have to update this one and see if it works. The problem was I couldn't use this with P3D, and with X-Plane there was also bugs. Just really messy, this whole Pilot 2DC after that 2.2 update, so that's why I'm 2.1 still. But I'm gonna go to 2.4 I think after this video. This looks correct, and I'm gonna double check. Swamp. Uosu, yeah, it's the star, okay, good. Terms of approach, we'll fly the, we'll do the ILS. We'll do the direct from Elgar, or a transition. We can activate approach. It's a bit of a weird, you would think it would just go straight, but oh no, we want to fly up here, and then maybe this is the quicker route. Not sure. I guess technically it could be to not have planes flying over the city, but oh well. Maybe noise disturbance, or potentially, you know, safety reasons. If they crash, better to have them crash elsewhere. Okay, we'll file. The only thing we need to change is from the Skyways one, since I flew for Fly UK during my latest flight, so we'll change that to the Walker Air. And we'll actually need to change that to heavy, I realized. Oh, I had it on heavy already. Ugh, that's... Or maybe I was able to click that, but at an earlier point, but yeah. Could explain why I had some difficulties with the ATC interactions if I had heavy clicked. Yeah, this is the airport. The DD1 in P3D looks really good. And I think there's one for X-Plane 11 as well. So yeah, if you only have X-Plane, go for it. Probably works in X-Plane 12 as well. The thing is that I buy all my airports for P3D, and I try to keep my X-Plane airports to a minimum. Usually only buy them with the extra points I have on the X-Plane store. That's how I got Manchester, for example. Okay, I think this is good. We can connect to the... So we're gonna do that. Gonna go outside, have a look. Things are looking good. Can't see any packs or similar, but you know, minor issues. Yeah, that's linked. I think we're connected, but we're not hearing anything as of now. Dry, anti-ice off, takeoff weight, CGs. So, what do we need to actually do then? Wait, I'm just gonna check quickly. Do we need to change anything? The takeoff weight is gonna be lower actually. So let's change that. I mean, it's kind of in the same ballpark, but I guess since with taxi it's gonna change a bit. Flex, config auto, aircon, yeah, let's put that on. Jesus Christ, this is gonna be our stop margin is tiny. So, we're gonna have to use all of the runway. 540 feet stop margin. Jesus Christ. Can this really work? Can we really stop? V1 at 131? I'm gonna assume it's at an earlier point. Or is it really here? It's not a long runway, 6,569 feet, that's not very long. I guess around 2,000 meters, something like that. So yeah, let's see. We can test the fire detection, yeah, that's looking good. What else? What else do we wanna do? Actually, one thing, I was looking at this A330 cockpit mod. Let me check actually. 'Cause I was trying to find like has someone upgraded this one to make it look different. And one thing I saw was that some of them had this new this one. I guess you can swap that, right? That's for the control. The question is, I guess you do it here in the ISCS sim config. Has a row ROPS, yes. Not that one. You can put that to auto. HUD, no, that's fine. We don't need to remove glass cockpit. Light enhancement. Has dreams. There probably is some option to switch that out, but okay, I don't know how to do it, and we'll leave that for another time, I guess. I'll have to look into that myself. Don't fly this one nearly as much as I would need to pick up on those small things or remember them kind of from memory. Let's do runway 2, Uazu 2. We're supposed to do the Hisui. And now I'm actually wondering, is it gonna really be Hisui? So then we shouldn't have any transition. But that means we'll have a small discrepancy after Ikui. Direct though. So basically, I'm gonna assume that's what we're gonna get. I don't think they'll vector us, because the flight plan is kind of stating the waypoint as a direct. Okay, good. Let's do the arrival. And actually, we can switch our route con 1. Let's go to tower frequency. Try to get IFR clearance. Walker 4003 heavy, ready to copy. IFR clearance.
Walker 4003 Heavy is cleared to Romeo Juliet Alpha Alpha, fly the Uazu 2 departure, then is filed.
Well, a bit American would be nice with some
02.
Japanese
Climb
accents.
To 6,000 feet via the departure. Expect higher clearances 2 minutes after departure. Tokyo control on 125.6. Squawk 5651.
5651.
Walker 4003 Heavy is cleared to Romeo Juliet Alpha Alpha, fly the Uazu 2 departure, then is filed.
Okay, put those
Climb
on.
to 6,000 feet via the departure.
We'll put that on just so we don't forget it.
After departure. Tokyo control on 125.6. Squawk 5651.
Ecam on
Walker
MD.
4003 Heavy readback correct. QNH is 1018.
Oh yeah, you
Let
have
us
to
know when you're ready for
change.
pushback.
QNH is 1018 Walker 4003 Heavy.
Don't remember how to do that. Oh well, doesn't really matter. QNH 1018, we'll put that in. Yeah, it's all aligned. So that's good. We'll put these to the lowest and then constraints. Yeah. Flight directors are on. Okay, I guess we can keep as is for now. Let's check. We need to do the approach one or arrival first. We're doing the ILS to 34 left. We are flying the star that's called Swamp.
We are ready to go when you are.
And we're doing a via
Good
from
morning, ladies and
Elgar.
gentlemen, and welcome aboard flight
We shouldn't have any discontinuities. I wish they could also add that just so you can see the buttons being pressed. I don't think they have that, so... Because here they have, right? Performance, that's gonna be the last one, I think. 3.1, 40, 43, 1F, 2.7. 131. Oh, was it 3.4? No, 4.0, 4.3. Flaps was 1, up 2.7. The flex one I didn't check. The flex one is gonna be toga. Well, now that's gonna be fun. I assume it could have something to do with the runway length. Ecam on MD. What did I manage to do now? I don't think those control... There we go. Yeah, okay, so we would have to have captain maybe. No. Okay, it doesn't really matter. Interesting though. APU, we can start that or open it. The flap lever. Yeah, look at this weather. I mean, it's just amazing. It really looks realistic when you see some of the pics on flight sim. On the flight sim God, totally blanking. On the flight sim community on Reddit, they have some really nice pictures. Some people do take very nice ones, and sometimes I am fooled to believing it was real. I think there was some guy landing with the Sud Aviation Caravelle, and I was like, God damn, that must be real. But yeah, it most definitely wasn't. It was explained, but it looked really nice. Oh, and look at that, we're even having some rain. Anything we can see looks to be very light. Maybe that's why it's not showing up on our windscreens. Even if it's light like that though, you would expect it to have an effect, but oh well. Okay, the flap is open. Flap lever. Yeah, no, flap. I guess it's the thingy-mabob that's kind of in front of the exhaust for the flap. Or for the, not for flap, for the APU. Which is like a tiny jet engine, I guess. Okay, we have everything with Pilot TDC apart from pushback. Walker 4003 heavy, ready for pushback and engine start.
Walker 4003 heavy
Get
pushback
that.
and engine start approved.
We are taking off from
Pushback and engine start approved.
runway
Walker
2,
4003
which
heavy.
is the one closest to us. So that's good. Not sure about taxiing, but I guess it doesn't really matter. We'll have to drive a bit on the runway and turn around. The APU is started and it has gone into available mode, so we can turn off the external power. We can also go to this one, the ground services one. Now we can close all the open stuff. We can go to the ground handling, drive away and hide everything. We can go into this one. Question is how we would be pushed back. Maybe this makes the most sense, if I'm being reasonable. Okay, let's check a bit what kind of viewpoints do we have. We have some nice one for the engines here at the back as well. The wings maybe doesn't look the best, at least in terms of the flaps and ailerons. So it's a bit of a critique there. That looks pretty good though. What are we missing or forgetting? I don't think anything specific. You know, maybe minor checklist items, but nothing that will kill us. At least not that I think will. Okay, we have the pushback. Gonna ask the tow to drive up. We are boarding, but that should be done. I think pack X is done. Yeah, pre-flight. We'll do a public address.
Welcome on board our flight. We'll be departing soon and we're aiming for a smooth flight. Thanks for flying and we'll keep you informed of
I'll
any
arm the
changes as they
speed
happen.
brake. Let's be ready. I'll put the ignition start on. We can remove that as well. And let's check quickly the... Interesting, is this the resting position of it? It looks like it's on the side. You would think it would be something like that. If you can hear the 80s talking, I think it sounds like they are kind of in Japan, or in Asia at least. I find that pretty cool that the voice package that I got, I think from X-Plane Store when it was on sale, the live chatter one, has kind of different regions with different, or not with different voices, but with recordings from those regions. Oh, one thing we need to remove is the external power and the chocks. Then we need to find actually the ILS to runway 34. Could have been that I went past it. No, here we have the ILS. Let me jump to the outside, have a look. Oh. Now I can see the problem. One door is still open and I managed to release the parking brake. I released it on purpose because I thought something was missing, but or that the parking, or rather the parking brake needed to be on for this one to work, which I think it does, but yeah, it was a bit dumb of me because we did move a bit. Very cool though to see that. I guess it's due to the ground having a bit of a tilt. Okay, we are now getting that one. Is there anything else we need to do? Have we forgotten anything? I don't think so. Map enhancement is on and loading. Seatbelt sign should go on. Beacon light can go on. And we are basically ready now. Did we have any good views on the outside? Yeah, we had the ones that I remember. Now it seems to be raining. Look at that. Awesome. I love the X-Plane rain effects. Just specifically, I think also since this is a default airport, maybe we'll see some rain on the ground. So that will be very cool. Or at least look quite nice. Okay, we are gonna release our parking brake. Did we forget to do anything, or did I? There we go. My own miss. Okay, and you may start engines. We'll start engine 1 first. Should be this engine. Let's see, it's starting to spool up. Beautiful Trents. The rain has stopped.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the screen for an important safety demonstration. Thank you for flying with us.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board this Walker Air
The fun
Transport.
part with X-Plane actually
Please
that
ask your attention as we
that
demonstrate
does
the
make
safety
it
features on this
beat out
aircraft.
or
Please make sure your bags
that's
are either
how
in
would
the
you put
overhead
it,
compartment or
kind
under
of
the seat in front of
win
you.
me over in a
Make sure to
way
switch your
compared to
phone or any
P2D
other
is that I
electronic
really look
devices
forward to
to
getting up
airplane
into the
mode.
sky. You know,
It
just
is
seeing
important to
the
fasten
sky
your
landscape.
seatbelt, even when the sign is
I
off,
on
in case we pass
purpose
through unexpected turbulence.
choose kind of places where
During
there's some
taxi,
clouds,
takeoff,
etc.
and
just
landing,
because it's so
please
nice.
fasten your seatbelt and make
And I
sure
think
your
that's
seat
kind
is in
of
the upright position.
I guess the fun
In
part
case
of
of a
flying, right? That you can
depressurization,
just, you know,
oxygen masks will fall
pick where you
from
want to
above your
fly,
seat.
what you want to
Please wear
experience.
yours first before helping children and others.
Okay, I'll put the wipers on
In
again.
case of an emergency, there are doors in the front, middle, and back of this aircraft.
I'll wait until
Locate
that's
the one nearest
available
you,
and then we'll
and it
start
may be
engine
behind
2.
you. At this moment, please make sure your phone is switched to airplane mode. Your seatbelt is fastened.
Walker
and your seat is on its upright position.
4003 heavy, ready to taxi.
For further information, please read the safety
Walker
information
4003 heavy
located in the
taxi
seat
to
pocket
runway
in front of
02.
you.
Okay, not that much
Taxi to
info.
runway 02 Walker
Okay, it's available.
4003 heavy.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy your flight.
Hopefully we don't botch the takeoff. Let's remember Toga. It's been a long time since I flew anything on Toga. I tried, or actually I did flow on Toga the Narika A220, but and even though it looks very good exterior one and the cockpit is starting to come along, I still think it's a bit below the virtual call one. As long as you update with the ISG gauges. And I'm actually going to do an A220 flight in P3D with that one, just to showcase that for those of you who want to fly the A220. Oh, goddamn. There we go. Yeah, the start lever needs to be at idle. Missed on my end. But yeah, look at this. A bit nasty weather. We can disconnect and give the hand signals. I'm actually gonna check because I forgot to show that to you guys, right? I think this is the one. Like, what's the weather? Yeah, it looks like we have some turbulence. We have a jet stream here. And but otherwise it's looking pretty fine. But yeah, interesting. Thank you. There they are, disconnecting. Bye bye. We'll put on the taxi lights and the runway turn-off lights. We'll shut the APU bleeds and the APU master, and we will set the flaps right. I think I've been able to fix the flap thingy by tightening a bit the screw. We should be at 2.7, are we? We are at 2.7, that's good. So what we need to do next is just release the parking brake. And we're gonna see if we get, we won't get any handover. So that's something to keep in mind. And that has to do with the fact that we're already on the tower frequency. Okay, seems like we won't get moving unless we add a bit of thrust. Walker 4003 heavy, ready for takeoff.
Walker 4003 heavy winds are calm. Backtrack runway
Okay,
02
we'll
cleared for
start the
takeoff.
landing lights as well.
Backtrack runway 02 then cleared for
Put
takeoff.
that to
Walker
rejected
4003
takeoff.
heavy.
I'm gonna check that nothing wrong. Yeah, this is looking good. I'll move that down to my other screen. We are gonna turn right here. Going a bit slow, maybe we can add a bit of thrust. Let's do a fine line between adding too much thrust and too little thrust. Okay, let's turn, let's do the forward. Takeoff config. Ah, predictive wind shear thingamabob. Need to put that on.
Ready
To
to go.
turn left here. Let's see if we're able to turn at the end of the runway or if there's gonna be any issues. I'm also, since I'm otherwise gonna forget it, I am gonna open traffic global and put in a bit of traffic density. Not a lot since we're flying into Tokyo, but just a bit. If we start seeing more of those weird aircrafts, we'll just have to skip traffic global. Okay, let's add a bit more thrust. Looking nice here. Outside view. Looking nice. This is gonna be... It's raining though now. So what does that change in terms of our takeoff? So it's dry. What if it's wet? Aha! Look at that. We can't do it. But okay, if it's not that wet, right? Okay, we can't do it with that. I mean, technically it's dry, right? We'll cook the books, cook the numbers a bit, right? It's dry, it's tiny bit of rain, it's not gonna be an issue. It's only the Debbie Downers that will tell you that it's an issue. We don't believe that. Famous last words, right? It will be a bit fun to see, because I didn't think about the rain and the impact. I'm not sure how well X-Plane simulates that, but we'll see soon enough. Hopefully we don't have any issues, but if we do, we'll know why. Okay, we'll take a very wide turn here because I really wanna try and get as much of the runway in front of us rather than have too much behind us. Okay, we're turning now. Hopefully we are gonna be able to align somewhat nicely. Okay, we might be a bit off. Okay, let's turn left, get on the center line and we'll stop. This will be very interesting to see. Wish us luck. Okay. Are we ready? Lights? Yeah. We have those nice Vipers, we have flaps, we have speed brake, we should have that on normal, we have we'll put terrain on that one, but we have the weather radar on this one. And it should be the new one, so let's check once we get up in the air, play around with it. Like we did with the A320 Neo. I think nothing else actually. We are ready to to go and hopefully get up into the air. But let's see. It was a long time since I did toga. Let's see.
SRS, auto thrust green.
Okay, man toga, SRS. Okay, can push this down a bit. Yeah, we are maintaining center line. That's 60 knots. Okay, let's see, 80 knots. We can stop pushing, or yeah, pushing down the what's it called, joystick. We want to add a pitch up. Rotate.
1,000 feet remaining.
There we go. Whew. Okay, this is gonna be a bit tight.
Gear up.
Okay, we were able to do it, albeit just at last minute. We had that bridge there, I didn't even think of that. But okay, we'll take that. It's a win. Okay, we are climbing. We should climb a bit more than we are currently.
Speed checked flap 0.
Flap 0. We can disarm the ground spoilers. Oh, and I think I forgot this one should have been on takeoff.
Walker 4003 heavy contact Tokyo
We can
control
go
on
to
125.6.
Control on 125.6 Walker
climb,
4003
throttle
heavy.
climb. Outside wise, it's looking good. Yeah, this looks very good. Japan looks really good in X-Plane. That should looks better than in P3D because I did my own
Control
ortho and
Walker
it doesn't look that good.
4003 heavy climbing to
Should have gotten
6,000
the
feet.
FS scenery one.
Walker
But this looks really
4003
good.
heavy, good
And
morning.
I'm getting
Radar
crazy
dot
good
and flight
FPS as well,
Notikama is
50.
not off to Yama Airport.
Yeah, around 50. That's a very good number.
Walker 4003 heavy climb band maintain 13,000 feet.
Climb and maintain 13,000 feet Walker 4003 heavy.
13,000 feet. I will manually fly this for a while. But I mean, look at this. This looks really good. Let's see if we can get a really nice picture actually here. I think something like this will be very nice. Maybe a bit dark, but yeah, it looks really good. Okay, still climbing. We can go to standard. Check the outside view again. Yeah, looking good. Only sad part about doing the flying is you can't enjoy the views, especially if you're doing it manually. Recommendation there is to always go on autopilot if you wanna look outside instead. But it's looking pretty good now. We're on standard. We're climbing. The weather is looking fantastic with the it's wow, just amazing. X-Plane can really look good when you're in the right area. Maybe just Bing has really good maps of Japan. Okay, we're soon on 10,000 feet. I'm quickly gonna check the... Yeah, okay, we went above 250 knots, so not the best, but yeah, not the worst either.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now passed 10,000 feet.
Still some weird shimmering at the... I mean, if they fix that, this is gonna look really good. 10,000 feet, landing lights off.
This aircraft is equipped with onboard Wi-Fi. If you wish to connect to the Wi-Fi, you will be required to pay a small fee.
Oh, yeah, looks better now without those lights.
Walker 4003 heavy climb band maintain flight level 210.
Climb and maintain flight level 210 Walker 4003 heavy.
210. Let's put that in. We're still manually flying this bird, just because we can, and because it's a treat. It's crazy in a way when you think about it. Like 50 years ago, let's say you're a big aviation enthusiast, you couldn't get your PPL because of something, and then that was it. You would read about flying, etc., but you can never experience it. Now you can basically, in a way, kind of experience it, even though it's at home in VR or in front of a flat screen, but it's still amazing how far the world has come. Okay, we have a bit over 1 hour left of flying. What we'll do is now put on the autopilot and trust that one to take us up. I'm gonna put our cruising altitude because we're just gonna be getting higher and higher clearances now. And what we'll do is play around a bit with because I want to see if we can find anything. If we do manual, we can do that. We do crazy high gain. We put it a bit up. I don't think we'll see anything. Doesn't hurt to try. Might see something once we turn back. Let's go on a longer range, see if we can pick up anything in our vicinity. Nothing being picked up. I should have chosen a storm. Would have been so cool to see how it looks. How does the terrain one look? Yeah, that one looks reasonable. And look at that, we have something flying. Not that close by, but we are coming closer to it. I don't think we'll be able to see it just because it's so much higher than us. But let's see actually around Hisui if we pick something up. It's not often you see other planes next plane. So part of me wants us to get closer to it. Okay, 55 minutes. Let's see how quick we can, once we get the Mach up to 7.6, what the estimated time of arrival will be. Okay, now only 70 something. It's a slower plane, I think. Has it bugged? It looks weird. Could of course just be that we are climbing rapidly. The outside is looking good. Yeah, it's a very nice view here with the mountains, etc. But the best are the clouds, and the clouds are the most important part, I would say, in terms of scenery and visuals. That together with, of course, a nice looking plane. And then after that, I would say it's the lighting model plays a huge role, or not lighting, but the light model, light atmospheric kind of model. That's a huge thing. And then also then of course ground scenery.
Walker 4003 every climb band maintain
I
flight
think
level
ground scenery you
290.
can get away with a
Climb and maintain
bit,
flight level 290
bit less
Walker
than you should have.
4003 heavy.
At least that's my opinion. Can't really see what planes they are, but they are here. Oh yeah, actually I can press I and then C. So that's the Japanese airline E70. Is that like Embraer 170 maybe? Not gonna press anything here. I don't want there to be any crash or move our airplane by mistake. Well, yeah, looking good, and a lot of boats in the water. That was a huge addition, I would say, to X-Plane. Really nice to have that in the base game. Okay, still climbing. We're now down to 49 minutes left. Of course, we are decreasing that number by default, traveling towards the airport, but also by the fact that we are increasing our Mach speed. I'm hoping to get down to around 32 minutes once we are at cruising altitude, but let's see. Now we are getting pretty close to their cruising altitudes. Yeah, this is a lovely bird. I want to fly more the A330. The problem I have is mainly that basically, apart from Walker Air, I think almost none of my virtual airlines fly the A330neo. And then the CEO A330, there's basically none with liveries for the Airsoft one. The Airsoft one has bugs, unfortunately very annoying ones with the LNAV, and kind of similar with the Laminar one. Even though I'm liking the Laminar more and more, but the Airsoft one is still better overall, I would say. Just because of the fact that it has, you know, just kind of more features, more enhanced. The Laminar one is getting there though, slowly and steadily. But hopefully Toliss, I still hope Toliss will release their ones. That's gonna be the one that I'll fly. It was actually between today the A330 by Toliss, or actually the Flight Factor 763 that I also got here at sale a couple of weeks back. Or It wasn't discounted, the version I bought, because I had the 400, but it was like the upgraded one. But I haven't had the chance yet to fly it. And I've been waiting actually for them to upgrade, because they stated in this September they were gonna update the weather radar, so you could finally have that working. But there still hasn't been any update on that front. So let's see. That looks a bit weird, kind of showing through here, but otherwise looking very good. It reminds me a bit of some of the P3D issues as well. You know, this one is kind of somehow being rendered behind there, or it's not being rendered behind, but it's kind of weirdly kind of shining through. Okay, now we're on the same altitude as an aircraft in front of us. That one might be nah, it doesn't seem to be descending, or could be that it's descending. We won't be able to see it, I think, due to the cloud layer, so that's a bit of a bummer. But at least we're getting above it. Okay, now we're at 0.79 almost, now we're at 40 minutes.
Maintain flight level 350.
Climb and maintain flight level 350, Walker 4003 Heavy.
And I really like the fact that X-Plane sold, you know, within the clouds kind of look. We're gonna see it now when we get into the clouds, but you know, before it was like all pixelated and stuff. It looks so much better now. Great job, X-Plane, or Laminar Research. Let me also actually increase these lights. I can increase this one and this one, I think. They are a bit dark actually, I realize now. Not that one. There we go. We can do the same here. Makes them much easier to see. Okay, yeah, I don't think it's climbing. I think it's in cruising altitude, but on a pretty low level. The Embraer one. Okay, 40 minutes to go. We're now above 0.79. Not sure we're gonna be flying that much faster. The cruise phase is gonna do 0.81 in terms of Mach. So it's gonna get a bit faster actually, but not a whole lot. We're now on 39 minutes remaining. But yeah, we're not gonna be as fast as I was originally hoping to be. But not too slow either. In terms of landing, we'll do medium auto brakes. We can actually start putting in the data so we have that prepared. The burrow. Let's have a look here. 337 111.9 is the localizer. Category 1, Decision 339 for the barrow. We will also have a look at windy for Narita, and it's stating 350 at 10, so not the best conditions but neither the worst. Temperature of 11 degrees Celsius and a QNH of 1026. We'll put that in, and look at that, we're above the cloud layer. Let's check it out, or let's get an outside view of that. Looking very nice. It's amazing what they were able to do. Can you remember, like, explain 12.1? I mean, Jesus Christ, the clouds were bad back in the beginning. They have really made huge progress. Totally changed this sim, and I would say the future of it. I'm still a bit worried in terms of developers. For example, FlyJSim, IXEG. You have the big ones, Flight Factor, Toliss as well, but Toliss risk is the Microsoft Flight Sim. if they get the taste of that, I have a feeling they might move into that space. I think this Toliss A330-600 will be very interesting to see how they kind of perform. I think it was smart of them to combine their efforts with airsoft in that regard, to be honest.
Control Walker 4003 Heavy climbing to flight level 350.
Okay, looking good. I think
Walker
our
4003
top of
Heavy,
descent
good morning.
is relatively far ahead. Okay, 60 nautical miles, so not the furthest, but still a bit. But I'm gonna leave you here, this view, and I'll be right back. I'm gonna take something to drink just to get ready for the approach. So see you in a jiffy.
Cargo 6703, good morning, flying over 260. Cargo 6703, radar, identified flight level 260, direct to Damu. Damu level 260, cargo 6703. 6703. Cargo 2802, when ready, descend flight level 150. When ready, descend level 150, express cargo 2802. Good morning. Beginning of 390, clocking 4106. Appear 282, present, people 282 on radar, identified, maintain flight level 390, flight plan. Maintain level 390, flight plan reached 282.
Walker 4003 Heavy, expect the arrival with the swamp transition with vectors for the ILS approach to runway 34 left with the Elgar transition at Narita International Airport.
Expect the arrival with the swamp transition with vectors for the ILS approach to runway 34 left with the Elgar transition Walker 4003 Heavy.
Premium drinks are available for a small charge. If you wish to make an additional purchase, please note that we only accept credit cards.
1191, cargo 2802, thank you. Go 282, present position, jet direct to start. Direct to start, to 282. Alpine Alpha 41, what is your maximum level over this route? We have maximum level 350 over that route. Alpine Alpha 41, what is that? Climb to level departure. Climb level 350, I fly 9441. I say again, Alpine Alpha 41, climb level departure. Climb level 250, I fly 9441. Cargo 280,
Okay, let's see. I think we came back just in time to start the descent. Oh, we still haven't gotten any.
Walker 4003 heavy turn right to heading 195 vectors to the ILS approach for runway 34 left at Narita International Airport. Descend and maintain 5,000 feet. QNH is 1018 at Narita International Airport. Contact Tokyo approach on 124.4.
Turn right to heading 195 vectors to the ILS approach.
Are they
for
really
runway
giving
34
us
left,
a...
descend and maintain 5,000 feet. QNH is 1018 approach on 124.4. Walker 4003 heavy.
Okay, 195 it is.
Approach Walker 4003 heavy descending to 5,000 feet.
I will do a vertical descent. Okay, good. Wait, I'm just gonna go open my window a bit more. Okay, let's see. So, what we have been given is it's an approach that technically, I think we're starting a bit too soon, but okay. Not the end of the world. We're flying IL 34 left. And basically they decided to skip the whole star thingy. Super interesting actually. I'm gonna put that in and let's see how it looks now. And that's what we would have flown, but they are giving us vectors immediately. And we are descending to 5,000 feet. Let's jump outside. Maybe this is good. Maybe they'll get us to land quicker. That's the hope, at least. Looking so good. I mean, looking at these layers and stuff. The amazing part is also how it doesn't affect the FPS that much. That's super cool, actually. Landing system should go on. I was watching this disaster breakdown, the one hosted by, or I guess the channel of, I think her name is Chloe, and I think it was the Africa Airways, and you know, the use of this compared to that. I really need to look into this more because it's quite interesting in terms of selected mode. I guess that's in terms of pitch or whatever, but yeah, it was very interesting seeing like to do the approach and how to select those things. So I have a lot to learn still with the Airbuses in terms of all their capabilities and how they can be flown. And I think also by learning those things you kind of start to appreciate more the good products, right? When you can't do that with, let's say, an Airsoft, but you can do it with a FS Labs or a Toliss.
Walker 4003 heavy.
Heading 175. I think I've also totally forgotten to communicate anything with the packs. They're still serving drinks, even though they're all forced to sit. Outside view looking good. Unfortunately, with all these clouds, we can't really see the ground. I was looking forward to seeing the huge city of Tokyo beneath us, but I'm not gonna complain about this. We'll actually go back to auto, I think.
Heading 185 Walker 4003 heavy.
185. We have to be really quick because they don't take into account that I'm human and slow compared to the computer. At Swamp, we want to be quite a bit lower actually. So I'm gonna increase our descent rate. What's our progression telling us? Can it say anything? Not really, right? Since we're not flying the star or similar. I mean, look at this though. When you're coming out like this, it's wow. It's very good. And I mean, look at that cloud, shadows on clouds.
Walker 4003
Hot
heavy turn right
tamale.
to heading 190.
Heading
Yeah,
190
closest thing to real
Walker
life, very nice.
4003 heavy.
Heading 190. Okay, quickly change. Basically, they want us to fly the the star, but they're giving us vectors for it. Okay, we'll do that. Look at the speed though, we need to be a bit careful actually. Quite close to overspeeding unfortunately.
Walker 4003 heavy turn right to heading 195.
And we are
Heading
on
195
idle.
Walker 4003 heavy.
How are we descending so ridiculously quick in terms of the speed? That's interesting. Let me test to go back to not to that, but to the climb detent. Okay, that was adding too much. I'm gonna add a bit of spoilers to stop us from overspeeding. We'll keep it at idle. Heading 195, okay, that was the one I missed. Whilst trying to figure this out with the speed. Seeing some rain again up at these altitudes. Very interesting. But not at all impossible. Yeah, look at that speed though. We do need to have, I think, half speed brake. We're otherwise gonna definitely be overspeeding. There we have the airport. This could be the heading we'll have before we make the turn. So we'll actually need to descend quite quickly. I feel like we're gonna be too high actually. Let's get this one to 250. We can also, let's see, check what's the transition altitude. If there is one. Maybe there isn't, maybe it's 18,000, I'm not sure. What did we put in here? Performance 1026. Let's change to that then, shall we? 1026. Since we're coming up on 18,000, just to be certain, or safe at least. Yeah, they're giving us a bit of a shortcut, but in order to actually pull this one off, we need to descend quite a bit. Can we force more slats? Hey, look at that, buddy. Or sorry, not more slats, more speed brakes. Slats is a different thing. Spoilers and speed brakes, those are similar thing. And look at this, they're trying some new, I think, some new cloud types. It's not looking the best, but it's you can see what they're trying to achieve. Here as well with these darker ones, these tiny ones. It's very interesting. Okay, we are continuing to slow down. Looking good, looking good. Is this the gross weight if we're fully loaded, or is that what we're at now? 390, that might be what we're at now, right? Yeah, that must be the weight we're at now, considering fuel, etc. 165. Okay, still looking pretty good. We don't need to force it, I think, anymore. We'll arm the spoiler and be prepared to tweak a bit. I think it's looking okay-ish now. I think we'll be able to make it, but let's see. We're supposed to be at 4,000, so we have 10,000 to go. A bit less. Hopefully it should be fine, but we'll see soon enough. And look at that, that's Tokyo, and it's looking great actually. I think Simhaven is really helping a lot. Wish we had something similar for AutoGen in P3D. Or maybe I should have gotten the FS scenery in Japan. That looked really good. I just didn't want to put 100 gigabytes on that, so I made my own ortho. Could keep it a lot lower. The problem is that even though the ortho looks good, the goddamn AutoGen doesn't with your own ortho, 'cause it's just not good enough. Some places look good, but with others I think like... Which one was it that looked the worst? I'm gonna have to check on the map. I think it was not Osaka, but the one to the right of it, Nagoya, or Nagoya, however you pronounce that. Okay, we need to get the speed down quite a bit. Let's see if it helps by slowing down. One thing we could do is have it on open descent, and that way make it maintain the speed. But look at this, we're way too high. We're gonna once again have to add full speed brakes. Gonna get this whole thing shaking, but yeah, we're never gonna reach anything without it, unfortunately. Hot damn, look at that. So many planes. I think we could get at least 10 FPS or more if I would decrease a bit the kind of the plane amounts. Okay, we are trying to descend below 260. Now we are getting there. It's looking pretty good.
We have begun our final descent into Tokyo. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to select any track one final time. Please ensure tray tables are stowed in
We're below 250. Let's have a look at our... Yeah, it's still looking good. The recordings, that's nice to see. And also the... Or actually not the recording of the video, but the recording of smart cars is looking good. We can check the video as well. Yeah, still recording. We like that.
Walker 4003 heavy turn right to heading 170.
Heading 170, Walker 4003 heavy.
We can, I think, stop using the speed brake now. We should have ample time to get it right. We don't need to have this fuel used either. We can see that the gross weight has changed. It was just kind of nicely at 390,000, so I thought that was a bug. One thing we forgot was the chrono thing and all of that, but oh well. Can't win them all. And we have terrain on that and weather radar on the left one.
Heavy, you are 21 nautical miles east of the airport. Clear direct Elgar. Descend and maintain at or above 4,000 feet.
Clear
until
direct
established on approach.
Elgar.
Clear for approach to runway 34 left with the Elgar transition. Contact Narita Tower on 118.2.
Cleared direct Elgar. Descend and maintain at or above 4,000 feet until established on approach. Cleared for ILS approach to runway 34 left with the Elger transition. Tower on 118.2 Walker 4003 heavy.
4,000. I think we can let the
Walker
pane
4003 heavy inbound for ILS approach runway 34 left.
take over
Walker
most of the
4003
functions.
heavy, good morning. Continue ILS to runway 34 left, call when established on final.
Continue ILS runway 34 left will call when
Let's
established
slow
on final
down.
Walker 4003 heavy.
Oh, it's because we don't have the auto throttle. There we go. That's gonna maintain speed. Totally forgot about that. And this is the... Oh, this is cool. See the alternative? So cool. If we're flying too fast within the green band, that's a very dope feature on the Airbus. Okay, things are looking pretty good. We should call when we're established on final. So let's wait and see. In terms of the weather, let's have a look at our flight plan and what they were stating in terms of what we should expect. The forecast at the destination is few at 3,000, so we will have a bit of time before we break through the clouds, it looks like. But that will be fine, right? I don't see any specific issue. We're below 10,000. I mean, it's landing light. We're gonna do all the lights now so we don't forget, because I always tend to forget those. We'll arm the speed brake. I'll be ready with the flaps. And yeah, I think that should suffice. Looking good. Looking very good, actually. We have about 6 minutes to go. Does this one work, or is it just maybe it's only these that work? Anything here on the sides that we can pull down? Possibly, possibly. But nothing that I can see now. 337 is the course for 34 left. It's the left runway. There's also a right one. So that's good to keep in mind. We are turning in or turning right. This will be interesting. Let's hope we don't botch this. Let's remember, Walker Air has a limit of I think 800 or 500. We're gonna assume 500 and try to get below that. You know, the funny part is I actually did a flight with this plane for my video, but I so totally botched the landing. It wasn't even funny. It was sad. It was very sad, and I didn't feel like I could upload that video, because it was a good video up until the landing, and then it all just went to shit, in other words. Okay, we have about 20 nautical miles to go. We'll activate approach mode at the Gina fix. And final approach fix is the Cosmo one. So that's the FUF thingy. Or was it FUF or was it FUT or something on my latest flight I was wondering about. But at least I know what FUF means now. Final approach fix. And we have the missed approach here, which we should of course also be aware of, but hopefully we don't have to do that. Okay, we are about to turn. We are gonna put in the approach mode. Cat 3 single, that will do. Yeah, most things are ready. Performance is stating that we should have a 140 FAP speed, which I guess makes sense. I am gonna go, I do wanna do as much manually as possible, I think, so I'll close the auto throttle and do that manually. I'll let it slow down a bit.
Speed checked flaps 1.
We're gonna go flaps 1.
Right turn heading 110, vectors for spacing. Right turn heading 110.
Just so we are prepared. We can add a bit more thrust to level it out a bit better. The localizer is captured. So far so good, knock on wood. We are gonna go flaps 2, I think.
Speed checked flaps 2.
And we're gonna drop
Gear
the
down.
gears. Even though we still have about 12 nautical miles, maybe a bit early, but better late than never. The runway altitude is yeah, good question actually. Maybe it's down here. It's probably close to sea level, I would think, but I could be wrong. Yeah, it must be pretty close. Yeah, here we can see it, 140, 135, give or take.
Speed checked flaps 3.
We'll go flaps 3. We can see here that we are seeing some more terrain now. Let's go to the closest range, because I don't think it's looking that bad up close. Once we get out of the cloud layer, we'll go manual, I think. We'll slow down a bit more. See if we can go to flaps 4 soon enough. About 8.6 nautical miles to go. 0.5, 0.4, 0.3, 0.2. Okay, slowing down. Let's see if we can.
Speed checked flaps full.
Okay, we'll go flaps full. Still seeing nothing. Now we can see a bit of the ground. But it does look like we might have to do this one all the way down to the minimums. So let's see how this will go. Flaps are full. Speed brakes are on. We're medium. 140 is what we're aiming for. We're still descending relatively fast. QNH is set. Lights are set. Speed is a bit fast, to be honest. Maybe that's correct actually. Better to have more speed than too little though. But yeah, let's see. Okay, still slowing down. Let's just quickly look on the outside. Looking good. But yeah, the weather is looking atrocious. Possibly we'll see rain as well, but we'll know soon enough. Okay, we're breaking through the clouds now. But we're not seeing a lot. We have quite some distance though until the minimums. We can't do an auto land, so or we can do an auto land, but we're not gonna do one. I guess we're below also. Is it 1,600 or something? Some criteria for that. Okay, I'm gonna add a bit of thrust. I'm also gonna disconnect the autopilot. We have a bit of wind from the left or from the southwest. Okay, let's see. Okay, I feel like I have some control of the plane.
403 heavy winds are calm. Cleared to land runway tree 4
Not
left.
getting the pitch inputs I want though.
Clear to land runway tree 4 left Walker 4003 heavy.
Adding a bit of thrust. Okay, let's see. Being a bit slow with the pitch inputs. I thought I fixed that. 400. Gonna slow down. Okay, we got landing clearance. I forgot to once again to ask for, or just tell them that I'm established on final. Rookie mistake, I guess. Okay, I'm gonna pitch up a bit. Slow down a bit more. 100 above. Okay, let's see. We don't want to flare too early.
3,000 feet, QNH 996, runway land and clear the ILS.
Continue.
Zulu, runway 36 left, call established, Emirates 650.
Spoilers.
Okay, a bit hard, but not too bad. Okay.
Reversing
Let's see. Okay, we are decelling. 100 knots. 80 knots. We'll disconnect the thrust reversers. We don't need the auto brake. I can take the high speed exit. Okay, and here it looks like most of the aircrafts are loading in, so that's nice.
The local time is 8:31
Did I mess up the...
currently about 18 degrees.
Walker
There we go.
003 heavy contact Narita ground on 121.75.
Landing lights
Ground
off.
on 121.75 Walker
Probe off.
4003 heavy.
Back to taxi. Walker 4003 heavy, ready to taxi. Are we getting anything? So far nothing. Walker 4... Oh, now we're getting something.
Walker 4003 heavy taxi
304
to
was
gate
the
37 via
landing
taxiways Alpha
according
6,
to
Whiskey
smart
8,
cars.
Whiskey,
So it's probably going to be the
Whiskey
same
9,
with
Romeo,
Pack X.
Tango, Tango 3.
That's pretty good.
Taxi to gate 37 via taxiways
So
Alpha
37
6,
is
Whiskey
behind.
8,
We're
Whiskey,
not going to
Whiskey
bother
9er,
going all
Romeo,
that way.
Tango, Tango 3,
We're
Walker
just going to taxi to the
4003 heavy.
closest gate, I think. These look like heavy gates. That should be enough. We can maybe do a public address as well.
From the flight deck, this is your first officer speaking. We'll be arriving shortly. Thank you again for flying with us, and we hope you enjoy the rest of your morning.
And let's watch the replay after we have gotten to the gate. Or maybe that one is also a heavy actually. Let's do the straight one. I really want to see though the replay. I felt like it was pretty good landing. It's a bit tricky though because I find the pitch to be quite hard to control with the Toliss aircrafts. Or not with the A320, I think it's better with that one, but with the A330 I can find it a bit hard. Feels a bit not slippery, but like that it takes a while for it to kind of respond. Not sure how realistic or unrealistic that is, but yeah, that's the case at least. The master APU, we need to put that on. Okay, let's see. He's telling us that we are... How can we be... Does he really want us to go more to the left? Okay, yeah, a bit actually, he's correct. It was me who was being too certain about... Flap is open. Okay, turning a bit right. Okay, this hasn't told us to stop, a bit left now. Okay, come on. Come on. Okay, stop. I guess it's the door at the back that he wants us to connect with, which makes sense. Lights are off. We're waiting for the APU to start. And it's up and running now. It's available, so we can shut the second and the first engine, jump to the outside view. Some nice airlines. What's that? Vietnam Airlines, Japanese or Japan Airlines, Singapore Airlines, Thai Airways. Any other A3? I don't think so. Any A330 Neos? Not that I can see. But well, that was it then. Let's check smart cars. Accepted 304, so pretty good. Nice to have done this flight. I'm gonna close Walker Air, I'll close pilot to ADC, and we'll do the replay just to make sure that that looks somewhat reasonable. Very good actually, the photo reel here. Not sure if it's just good, but it's it felt a bit better than I remember it in other areas. Potentially it could have been that, I'm trying to think, where have I used it? England maybe? Well, then it definitely won't look as good as True Earth, so that could have been the case. Because True Earth is really good in P3D and also in X-Plane. Okay, looking pretty stable. We are flaring a bit early, then we flare a bit more. Pretty kind of firm landing. But yeah, looks pretty good. Let's change the view. Maybe this one could be a nice one. Just to see the touchdown. Hey, you can see the ending, or the engine moving a bit. Or is it that just me? Maybe that's always been the case, or potentially that's a new addition for what is it, 12.3 now? I know Laminar added that on his bus. Let's have a look at this view as well. I like to see when the spoilers or speed brakes deploy. It always looks pretty neat in the sim and in real life. Yeah, pretty good. Maybe we could have flared more. I guess that's the thing I can think of at least. But yeah, with that said, we have the deboarding here. Maybe we can verify. Yeah, 308. Satisfy 94%. Pretty good. So yeah, with that said, I think we're done. The video is a bit of a longer one actually, almost 1 hour and 40 minutes. But hopefully you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, comments, or areas of improvement, feel free to leave them down in the comment section below. And otherwise, yeah. Until next time, thank you for watching, and bye bye.